Hey everybody, welcome to this video. I'm Inxlaura123 and this is going to be a books haul video. So I'm going to be showing you some books that I've got to read, some books that I've read recently and the book that I'm currently reading. So yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy this video. Please click like if you do enjoy the video. Please comment and please subscribe. And if you are a fellow bookworm and you've got any book suggestions for me, please comment and let me know. I love hearing about, books that you recommend, and maybe watching this video, you, the lovely viewers, will get some, ideas for books that you want to read. So yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy this video. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to begin with the books that I've read recently. Okay, so then I can recommend them to you. I didn't know where to start because I've got new books. I've got a book that I'm currently reading, and I've got, obviously, books that I've read. So let's start with the books that I've read recently, and the first one is by Veronica Roth and it's called Carve the Mark. So Veronica Roth did the whole kind of Divergent series, which was really popular. Sadly, the response for this book hasn't been that good. Like, I've read lots of reviews and people are just not that keen on it. But I loved it. Like, I truly loved it. I thought it was great, and I can't wait for number 2 in the series to come out next year. It should be out early next year. So, yeah, I really enjoyed it. The sci-fi, the romance, the friendship, the family, just everything. Like, I really loved it. So, yeah, and I love the front cover. Cover looks good. You got these gorgeous, like, blue-coloured pages, which I think's awesome. And I just really enjoyed reading it. I got to the end of the book and I was like, it's the end. So yeah, I really do recommend that you check out Carve the Mark. It is different to Divergent. You can't compare the two. They're just different, but good in different reasons, So go check out Carve the Mark. Next up, I've got the new book from Alex Bell. This is called Charlotte Says. It's the prequel to the brilliant Frozen Charlotte, which I read last year. And after I read Frozen Charlotte, I couldn't stop raving about it. I just loved it. It was so good. So this is set in the past, Edwardian times. There's a spooky school. There's a nasty headmistress who's just evil. There's also these very scary, spooky, possessed dolls and a spooky dollhouse, seances, automatic writing, a bit of everything really, and I just loved it. It was so good. So it doesn't really matter, like, they are standalone books, so you could read them just as separate books, but I do recommend you read Frozen Charlotte as well, because it is obviously connected. But it doesn't matter what order you read them. Obviously this takes place in the past and Frozen Charlotte is set in the current, so I mean, you could, it doesn't matter really. I mean, obviously I read Frozen Charlotte and then this one, but you could read it either way. It's fine. But yeah, really recommend this. Charlotte Says by Alex Bell. Okay, and I love the cover as well. Just a gorgeous book cover there. Okay, the book that I'm currently reading, I literally started this book last night and I'm on page 140. So it's all good. I'm loving this book. It's so much fun. I read a lot of dark books, a lot of thrillers, that kind of bring me down and stuff and give me nightmares. But it's great to have a book that just makes me smile, makes me laugh. Like, literally laugh out loud. I'll sit there reading and I'll be like this. Because it literally makes me laugh. I love it. So it is about a vampire, a 16-year-old vampire called Pearl. And she's very fond of blood, allergic to sunlight and mostly evil. Very sassy character. Love her. She's great. Until the night a sparkly unicorn stabs her through the heart with his horn. Oopsie. Her family thinks she was attacked by a vampire hunter because obviously, unicorns don't exist. And they're shocked that she survived. Even more so that Pearl can now withstand the sun. But they quickly find a use for her new talent. If Pearl enrolls in high school, she can make lots of human friends and lure them to the Vampire King's feast. Wahaha. The problem is that Pearl's starting to feel the twinges of a conscience. How can she serve up her new friends, especially the cute guy who makes her fangs ache, to be slaughtered? But then again, she's definitely dead if she lets down her family. So what's a sunlight-loving vamp to do? Love the cover. It's so cool. But yeah, really enjoying this book. It's so, like, fun and funny and just really well wrote and different. Very different, very unique. Not read anything like it. Yeah, I really recommend this one, actually. It's really good. So I'm enjoying that book. So let me show you some of the new books that I've got. Now, I've got 3 bookcases. Okay, with lots of books on that I still haven't read yet, but I still keep getting more. But it's okay, because, you know, I will get round to, you know, reading these books eventually. I will. I'm quite a fast reader. Like, I think I read a book sort of on average about 2-3 days takes me to read a book. Obviously longer if it's a bigger book, but, you know, I get through my books pretty quickly. So it's all good. It's all good to have lots of book selection. But yeah, I've got a bookcase in my bedroom, bookcase in spare room, bookcase loft, and I've got to put these books somewhere. So this one I got from the library today, and it was on like a stand. I went up the stairs to sit down and read my book, and it was just, I don't know, it was just there. I was kind of drawn to it like a magnet, and I'd heard a lot of good things about it, so I picked it up. I was like, I don't, you know if it's for me, but it says you can't blend in when you were born to stand out. And it says it's about a boy called August, and he's born with a deformity on his face. And basically he has to start school, and he's, you know, he's kind of trying to fit in, but obviously everyone's looking at him and, you know, being nasty to him. And he's got to prove that he's just like everyone else. You know, he might have this deformity, but he's still the same as everybody else on the inside. He's a great person. So it's supposed to be a real kind of touching, emotional, thought-provoking book. So yeah, I don't know, like, it's not a sort of book that I would read, but I kind of like the sound of it. I think it sounds quite emotional, and sometimes I like books that make me feel emotional. You know what I mean? So it's by, I think this is how you pronounce it, R.J. Palicio or Palico, I don't know. And it's called Wonder. So yeah, got that from the library. This one I've been waiting for blooming ages. I got this on Amazon, and it took ages to get here because it come from America, the USA. It's called 0 Day, and it's by Jan Gangsey, I think that is, Jan Gangsey. Trust no one. Trust no one. But yeah, I've literally been waiting ages and ages and ages. Sometimes when I order books online, they turn up in a few days, but, you know, obviously sometimes they do come from abroad and it takes them longer to get here. But this is going to be the book that I read next, after I've read my Vampire Drink Slay Love book. This is the next book, because I've just been waiting for it for so long. It better be good. Better be worth the wait. So it's called 0 Day, and I'll read to you what it's about. It says, 8 years ago, Addie Webster was the victim of the most notorious kidnapping of the decade. Addie vanished, and her high-profile parents were forced to move on. Mark Webster is now the President of the United States, fighting to keep the Oval Office after his first term. Then the unthinkable happens. The President's daughter resurfaces, so she's brought back into her family's fold. But who is the 16-year-old girl with a quiet, burning intelligence now living in the White House? There are those in the administration who find her timely return. Find her timely return suspicious. There we go. When a national security advisor approaches Darrow Ferguson, Addie's childhood best friend and the son of President's chief of staff, he doesn't know what to think. How could the girl he's missed for all these years be a threat to the United States? Still, at the risk of having his own secrets exposed, Darrow agrees to spy on her. He soon realises that his old friend is much more than the traumatised victim of a sick political fringe group. Addie has come home with a mission, but will she choose to complete it? I don't know what it was. I saw this on Goodreads. I think it was on, like, you know, when you've read one book, this is a similar recommendation to that book kind of thing. And I just thought, whoa, that sounds bloody amazing, you know. So I hope it's good. I did look up a few reviews of it, and it's not had like very good reviews. But you know, look, I kind of do listen to some reviews, and I don't. Do you know, like, sometimes I take on board the reviews, but I still want to make up my own mind if I like a book or not. But I think it sounds really good. I love the front cover as well. So, you know, did she, you know, disappear, and like why did she disappear? Why did they take her? Why has she come back now? Is she, you know, a good person or a bad person? And what's her story? And yeah, I just think it sounds great. I hope I'm right. I hope it's going to be good, but we'll see. So that's that one. And then I've got these two here, which I got on eBay that turned up in the post today. It's coming up to Halloween, so I want lots of spooky stories. These are both by Hilary Monahan. So we've got The Summoning. That is such a scary cover. Look at that candle on the face. Like, oh. So The Summoning, and number 2, which is Unleashed. Very, very spooky covers. Woohoo. So it's all about that kind of Bloody Mary thing, which I'm like fascinated. I've read a few other books with that kind of storyline with the Bloody Mary. So, you know, you look in the mirror and you have to say, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. And she appears to you. So I'll read the back of this one. There is a right way and a wrong way to summon her. Jess has done the research. Success requires precision, a dark room, a mirror, a candle, salt, and 4 teenage girls. Each of them, Jess, Shauna, Kitty and Anna, must link hands, follow the rules and never let go. A thrilling fear spins around the room the first time Jess calls her name. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. A ripple of terror follows when a shadowy silhouette emerges from the fog. A spectre trapped behind the mirror. Only once is not enough, at least not for Jess. Mary is called again and again and again. But when their summoning circle is broken, Bloody Mary slips through the glass. I can't talk today. I don't know why. Sorry. Bloody Mary slips through the glass with a taste for revenge on her lips. As the girls struggle to escape Mary's wrath, loyalties are questioned, friendships are torn apart, and lives are forever altered. A haunting trail of clues leads Shauna on a desperate search to uncover the legacy of Mary. What she finds would change everything, but will it be enough to stop Mary and Jess before it's too late? So that's number 1. That's number 2. So yeah, I love these kind of urgent. I really can't talk today. I'm so sorry. Urban legend kind of like spooky stories and stuff. And as I say, like the whole Bloody Mary thing of looking in the mirror and stuff. I'm very excited to read these. I'll probably leave these till Halloween time in October, because then I can have like some nice spooky reads, you know. I've got a few other like horror books planned as well for Halloween, so yeah. Next one I've got is this one, and I've got this on eBay. It's by Megan Abbott and it's called Dare Me. I love the way she's like biting her lip. It's called Dare Me. I think one of my viewers recommended this to me, if I'm correct. But anyway, so it's supposed to be really good. It says, when the stakes are this high, how far will you go? So it says, there's something dangerous about the boredom of teenage girls. Coach said that once. She said it like she knew and understood. When Colette French arrives at school one fall and takes charge of the cheer squad, she brings a hint of threat. Sleek, remote and careless, she transforms the girls into warriors and rivals. Addie and Beth find that for the first time they have secrets from one another. But their mentor is playing her own deadly game and there is everything to lose. So I think this is pretty cool. And it says here, a powerful tale of sexual awakening, obsession, twisted loyalties and murder. Woo. So yeah, I'm sure one of my viewers recommended me this. I'm sure of it. So actually, it might have been someone on Instagram. I don't know. I get recommendations from everywhere for books and stuff, so I get a bit confused. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Got it on eBay, so it's all good. This one I got on Amazon, and it's called The Upside of Unrequited. The Upside of Unrequited. And it's by Becky Albertalli, I think that is. Albertalli? I don't know. I hope I've said that right. So it says, Molly Peskin Suso knows all about unrequited love. No matter how many times her twin sister Cassie tells her to woman up, Molly is always careful. Better to be careful than to be hurt. But when Cassie gets a new girlfriend who comes with a cute hipster boy sidekick, everything changes. Will is funny, flirtatious, and basically the perfect first boyfriend. But there's only one problem. Molly's co-worker Reed, the awkward Tolkien superfan, she could never fall for. Right? It just sounds like a really fun book. Like, you know, sometimes I just like books like that. They're just fun. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I got that. This one I got today in Waterstones. I think the rest of them are from Waterstones as well, actually. So it's called Sweet Freak by Sophie Mackenzie. This is quite a new book, I think. It only come out in the last few days. When everyone thinks you're a liar, how hard will you fight for the truth? So it says, Carrie and Amelia have been best friends forever. Then Amelia starts being trolled by Sweet Freak, which is a mysterious and hateful online account. Carrie's accused of being behind the vicious comments. Shut out by her other friends and shunned by Amelia, Carey is determined to find out who's really sending the messages. But as the online threats spill over into real life, events start spiraling out of control. Can Carey expose the real sweet freak before it's too late? So I love that. I literally, I'd not heard of it, I'd not read about it or anything. I just saw it on this shelf in Waterstones and I was like, oh, I like the cover. I thought the cover was pretty cool, like the fingerprints. And I read the back and I was like, yeah, I'm going to get that. It's only a little slim book. Won't take me long to read that. But yeah, it looks really good. Oh, excited. I love books with those kind of storylines. This one here, I keep hearing about all the time from lots of different booktubers. See it on Instagram all the time. By the way, if you are on Instagram, come follow me, MinxLaura123. And I love the Bookstagram thing. If you put hashtag Bookstagram, or just Bookstagram, in the search on Instagram, you'll find lots of different people uploading like pictures of books, and you get some great ideas for books. And I myself put lots of book pictures on, you know, books that I've read or that I'm reading, or that I've got to read. So yeah, come check me out on YouTube, Instagram. Oh, I'm having one of those days where I'm just like, yeah, not with it. So this is The Loneliest Girl in the Universe by Lauren James. Oh my god, look at this cover. It's like the most gorgeous cover. Look at that. It's like sparkly and just, oh, I love it. Can you fall in love with someone you've never met, never even spoken to, someone who is light years away? Romy Silvers is the only surviving crew member on a spaceship bound for a new planet, and she's the loneliest girl in the universe. Oh. Until she hears that a second spaceship has launched from Earth with a single passenger on board, a boy called Jay. Their only communication is via email, and the messages take months to transmit. Yet Romy finds herself falling in love. But what does she really know about Jay? And what do the strange new messages from Earth mean? Sometimes there's something worse than being alone. I think it sounds awesome. Another kind of sci-fi. I've been reading quite a bit of like sci-fi lately. I don't know. Okay, so the next book I have is Wonder Woman, Warbringer. And it's by Lee, I can never say her surname properly, I'm sorry, Bardugo, or Bardugo, I don't know. Love the cover, it's pretty cool. Wonder Woman. Yeah. So it says she will become legend, but first she's Diana, princess of the Amazons, and her fight is just beginning. Diana is desperate to prove herself to her warrior sisters, but when the opportunity comes, she throws away her chance at glory and breaks Amazon law to save a mere mortal, Alia Kirilis. With this single heroic act, Diana may have just doomed the world. Alia is a warbringer, a descendant of the infamous Helen of Troy, fated to bring about an age of bloodshed and misery. Diana and Alia will face an army of enemies, mortal and divine, determined to destroy or possess the warbringer. To save the world, they must stand side by side against the tide of war. So yeah, this is part of the DC Icons series, and I love Wonder Woman, and you know, I've always loved reading, never say her surname properly, Lee Bardugo books, especially Crooked Kingdom. Crooked Kingdom was one of my favourite books ever. I absolutely love that book. So yeah, I'm excited to read this. I think it's going to be good. It's had a lot of good feedback, so hopefully the feedback is correct and it is good. Next up, I've got this one that I keep seeing on lots of booktubers videos and, you know, on reviews online and stuff. So it's called They Both Died at the End. Not a particularly great title, though. This is Mateo and this is Rufus. So let's have a look. It says, on September the 5th, a little after midnight, Deathcast calls Mateo Torres and Rufus Emeterio, hope I've said these names properly, to give them some bad news. They're going to die today. They're both total strangers, but for different reasons. They're both looking to make a new friend on their end day. The good news is there's a new app for that. It's called The Last Friend. And through it, Rufus and Mateo are about to meet up for one last great adventure to live a lifetime in a single day. I don't know if they die. I mean, it does say they both die at the end, but maybe one of them will live. I don't know. Maybe two of them lives. I don't know. Bold and Haunting. It's supposed to be really good. It's had like really like raving reviews, and I literally every like booktuber that I watch, they're like raving about it and saying it's good and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna check it out. So yeah, they both die at the end. Adam Silvera, I think that is Silvera. And next So the next book I have is by Melissa de la Cruz. I've read lots of other Melissa de la Cruz books. She's a great author, and this is supposed to be amazing. Like, so many booktubers are going on and on and on about this book, so I was like, yeah, I've got to check it out. And I do like a good romance book sometimes, you know. So apparently it's based on the love story that inspired Hamilton, which is an American musical. Now, I've not seen the musical. I don't know anything about the musical, but I did look it up online, and they said that you don't, you know, you'd haven't have had to see the musical to read the book. Like, it's separate, so that's good. Maybe after reading this I want to see the musical, I don't know. It's apparently the love story of Alexandra and Elizabeth, the story that inspired the best-selling musical Hamilton. And there's just a bit from the book here. It says Elijah couldn't help it. She smiled, and when he unexpectedly threw in an unscripted bound instead of the expected coup, she let out the tiniest of whoops and would have fallen if his strong arm hadn't pressed firmly into the small of her back. "I beg your pardon," he said when she was upright again. "I didn't mean to leave you hanging." She had to hand it to him. He was good, this Alexandra Hamilton. Under other circumstances, she might actually like him. But right now, she had about 7 more minutes of his time, and she was determined to make them as difficult as possible. Which is always good, to make, you know, people's time difficult. But I think it's going to be good. Like, as I say, I just keep hearing good things all the time about it. So, and I love the writing style of Melissa de la Cruz. She's a great author. And that brings me to my last book of this video, and it is this one, and it's called The Keeper of Lost Things, and it's by Ruth Hogan. So it says Anthony Perdue has spent half his life collecting lost objects, trying to atone for a promise broken many years before. Realising he's running out of time, he leaves his house and all its lost treasures to his assistant Laura. It's a good name, isn't it? The one person he can trust to reunite the thousands of objects with their rightful owners. But the final wishes of the Keeper of Lost Things have unforeseen repercussions, which trigger a most serendipitous series of encounters. So I think it's pretty cool, like all the little mystery of all the different objects, who they belong to, what's their story, and how do they all come together, what happens with it. It's supposed to be a really, like, you know, sweet, heartwarming kind of book. So yeah, I got that. And I love the cover as well. Cover's gorgeous. Okay, so that is the end of the video, apart from one thing I want to show you, which isn't a book, but it's book related. And what it is, it's a tote bag. I've already got a few other tote bags, but I wanted this like tote bag for ages. I always see it every time I go into Waterstones. Has some vouchers left from my birthday, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to buy this. This was £10, or £9.99 to be exact, but I just love it so much. And I got it free because it was from my vouchers anyway. But look at this tote bag. It's quite a big tote bag, which is good because I put, you know, my books in it, my shopping and stuff. So I do use tote bags a lot. The bigger the better. And it says B is for book on it. I love the colouring of it, the black, red, and yeah, I love it so much. It's so cool. So it's plain at the back. And it's just like a canvas tote bag, you know. But yeah, I always go in Waterstones. I always see it hanging up, and I'm like, I want it. So now I've got it. Haha. So there we go. That's the end of the video. Sorry if I've kind of, I don't know, rambled and just not really made much sense. As I say, I'm just not with it today. I just feel a bit, I don't know. You know, you get days when you're not quite with it. This is one of those days. It's one of those days. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you've got some book ideas. So out of all my books, I'm most excited to read this because, as I say, I've been waiting ages for it. So yeah, 0 Day is my next book. Very excited about that. I really recommend you check out this if you like vampires and if you like books with a bit of humour and just, you know, a bit different. Like who could ever put a unicorn and a vampire together in a book and had like laughs with it? And yeah, it's just weird, and I like weird. And yeah, really recommend these two. Don't forget Charlotte Says by Alex Bell and Upside Down. Oh no, it's not. There was Upside Down. And Veronica Roth, Carve the Mark. So really check out these two. They're great. Really, really great. Yeah, so that's it really. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, please come and check me out on social media. Twitter is @minxlaura123. Facebook is minx.laura.5 and Instagram is minxlaura123. Yeah, I'm not with it. I'm just going to go have a lay down, I think. Maybe it's because I'm tired. I didn't sleep very well last night. Could be that. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Please click like. Please comment. Please subscribe. That'd be awesome. In the next video, I promise I'll be a bit more normal. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, bye.